This next video of outrageous claims that I've been making over the last decade or so about real estate and real estate investing. This one is how to automate your entire business and move to Fiji. Well, first of all, I've never been to Fiji, so it's on my bucket list. But you can go anywhere you want. You can go live on an island somewhere, and you can still do this stuff. You could go live on the moon if you wanted to, as long as you have internet access and access to a telephone. So if you've got access to be able to speak to people and access through the internet for email and those types of things, you can do this from any location to any location. I've had people, do business from Dubai overseas here to Minnesota. I've had people work in the UK, work in mainland Europe. I've had people work in South America. I've had people work all over the country, Australia, Canada, all these places, and they've worked either locally or they've worked in the United States, and they've been successful doing it because they could they didn't have to be in that particular location. Also, because of the nature of the business we're doing, you don't get paid for the hours you're putting in, you get paid for the deals you're putting in. So if you can put together a deal in less time, you make more money per hour that you're actually working, and you have flexibility to do it anytime you want. So if I want to lay on the beach half the day and spend 2 hours a day, making offers to sellers, I can do that, and I can have, a very successful business doing it. I've got a lot of students who do just that. It seems that some of my students have changed over the years. It used to be that people were interested in getting the big house and the big car and buying lots of stuff. Well, nowadays it seems like I'm getting more and more people who are interested in buying experiences. I have a guy that goes out there and he sends me emails or pictures. Says, "Hey, I'm swimming with the sharks this week, or I'm dog sledding this week, or I'm ballooning this week, or I'm wing walking." He sent me a picture of himself on the wings of an airplane. It's just wonderful to see these things. Makes me wish I was out there with him. Looks like a great time. But he's able to go out and buy the experiences that he wants because he doesn't have to put very many hours in, and he can go out and take this time and still have his business run together because he's got it automated, he's got outsourced, he's got other people doing work for him, and he just has to put in a few hours, a day or a week in order to keep everything up and running and have the income come in. When you have a system, when you have a business instead of a job, it makes all the difference in the world because you're no longer a slave to the time clock. You're a slave you're still a slave because you've got to make money, but you're a slave to the type of work that you're doing. So you're going in there and you're designing a system that does this stuff for you. Now, I've already created a system that does this. I've automated it. I've shown you how to outsource. All these videos are about that. All the stuff that I do in my Auto Marketer and with my mentor students, in the books that I have on Amazon, all that stuff teaches you how to do this stuff. The blog, there's over 350, 400 videos on the blog here that teach these techniques, and you can do it as well. And you don't have to be in one place to do it. And the beauty of this is it allows you to work in one place and then expand into the second place and the third place and the fourth place, and you can work in 5 or 10 different cities as long as you build a little infrastructure in those areas, which isn't that difficult to do, and we'll be talking about that on some future videos. Okay, hope that helps.